What's good, world? It's your boy Mastermind, man, and this is the weekday drop, folks, man. Listen, it's E3, man. We live on YouTube right now. Y'all be sure to check out the previous episode of the podcast, Real Gamer. Follow me everywhere, Master23Mind, Twitter, TikTok, IG, everywhere. Listen, man, it's a lot to talk about. I got lists. I got the Xbox, showcase showing in the background for those that's following me here on YouTube. Those that you on the podcast, you're listening, be sure to follow me on YouTube, Mastermind RGTV. We got a couple panel hosts hopefully coming on later on through this week. Hop on the show. Hey, if they're seeing this, hearing this, come on the show, man. Stop playing yourself. Let's talk gaming. Let's get it, y'all. Listen, man. I may have to get an Xbox, folks. We're going to have this Xbox stuff playing in the background. I'm gonna be talking about Xbox and a bunch of other stuff, So let me go ahead and let me touch on, first of all, man, it's so much. We got Far Cry 6. We got video gameplay of Far Cry 6. Now, I'm not a big Far Cry 6 fan, but we got video gameplay footage of Far Cry 6. You know those guns I was talking about on the previous episode of the podcast? Yo, we have gameplay footage of those amazing guns that's on Far Cry 6. Plus, this whole season pass with Far Cry 6, you get to play the other Far Cry's, play with the villain or something like that. Whatever is freaking cool. But the biggest thing that got me excited about Far Cry 6 is the guns. Like, yo. Yo, them guns is amazing. One of my favorite guns is like the jetpack. Like the little jetpack gun, little missiles they got on the back, shoot off. Like the gameplay footage on Far Cry 6 is crazy. I kind of want an Xbox. And for YouTube people, listen, for this game that's playing in the background, this game here, man, was pretty dope because of the mere fact that, you know what I'm saying, the graphics look amazing. Just by far say that. The graphics look amazing. And I'm just be all over the place and be honest with y'all because there's so much to really talk about. Look, those that's following me on YouTube, this game here, man, is definitely a game that I feel like Xbox been kind of hiding in the holster. Like, yeah, okay, PlayStation got all these exclusives, we got something for them, and I think Xbox did a great job on this showcase. So I would say my top three. We'll just start from there. I know I'm all over the place. We'll just start from there. My top three performers for E3 so far. We're on day 3, by the way. I would have to say Xbox and Bethesda. The Far Cry 6 was Ubisoft. They did great, man. Ubisoft kicked it off really good. So I would have to say Xbox and Bethesda. If I'm going in like groups like that, then Xbox, Bethesda. Well, Xbox is with Bethesda, and then Ubisoft because of the Far Cry 6. The updates for Assassin's Creed are amazing. My third one, let me look at my board here. Honestly, that's really about it because most of the stuff is from Ubisoft. So let me pull up my other list, yo. Like a lot of the other stuff is from Ubisoft, and I was actually pretty shocked at, you know what I'm saying, what Ubisoft was, you know what I'm saying, what they got going on. Okay, here we go. So, pertaining to my list, most of this stuff was Ubisoft. Avatar, that was my top, that was on my list. And the thing is, like, the Avatar game was, like, jaw-dropping. It was like, yo, I wasn't expecting that. You know what I'm saying? So, for them to come out with the Avatar game and, you know what I'm saying, we already knowing Ubisoft do a great job with open world sandbox type games. It was like, yo, I can only imagine how Avatar is going to play. Now, I'm a little bit worried about the combat system. I'm not really sure how the combat system will really work in Avatar, but I'm very interested to see how the PS5 is going to handle that controller technology with a game like Avatar. I think it's going to be amazing. Those graphics, no question, like hands down, some of the best graphics. We're going to put the stopwatch up here, make sure the podcast don't cut on me. some of the best graphics. And I say Xbox was number one in my top three. It's the mere fact that that car game, man, that Horizon 4, like, yo, man, I can't wait to see Gran Turismo, because what Xbox has shown with that game is like, yo, those graphics are. I looked at that trailer at least probably 4 times and was like, yo, I really may have to get an Xbox now, because those graphics are that's the best looking graphical game that I've seen out. It looked better than Ratchet and Clank. Ratchet and Clank looks really good. Shout out to Hip Hop Gamer. I asked Hip Hop Gamer, yo, between graphics wise, because I seen his reaction on both of them. To me, it was actually a really good question. He said it was more like comparing it to like Disney or something. Like, no, not really. Kind of, I see where you're going, I see what you're saying, but at the same time, Ratchet and Clank is one of those PS5 games that's, you know what I'm saying, we're now witnessing true power of the PS5. That's why I asked that question, is because that's true power, the beginning level of the PS5 on Ratchet and Clank. Yeah, most car games and sports games usually look better for its graphical wise than other games, period. But for the mere fact we're seeing first stages of next generation technology, and for this Xbox game to look like this at its first stage, yo, it hands down, they're proving the point when they say, you know what I'm saying, the most powerful console or better graphical console on the market, when they show us a game like that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said I can't wait to see Gran Turismo, because, yo, the CPU power and all the power that this Xbox has, it's going to come down to, when it comes to graphic power, to me, I think it's going to come down to games like that. Car games, sports games, you know what I'm saying? Like the next 2K will be a better view. Which one looked better? You know what I'm saying? This Gran Turismo and this game will be a great game to compare. But right now, we're talking about the first stage of a great graphical release game. Ratchet and Clank's the best looking game on PlayStation 5 right now. Then the second in hand I would probably say Spider-Man. Probably more to the list. Last of Us and those look good too, but we're talking about PS5 games that's not on 4. You feel what I'm saying? Or that no way impossible it can look that good on 4. You know what I'm saying? And Ratchet and Clank is one of those games. You feel what I'm saying? Like the new 2K, the difference between 2K on PS4 and the 2K that's on PS5. Those are like two different graphical games. So it's going to come down to sports games and car games of best graphical performance. And this game is a great comparison to any PlayStation game right now, because that's what we got right now. Now, when they show us Gran Turismo, then I reframe my question to, okay, now which one of these games, which one of these consoles now has a better graphical performance, Xbox or PlayStation? It's looking like Xbox because of this game. That's what we got evidence proof of right now, this game. You feel what I'm saying? Ratchet and Clank, that game right now is the best looking game on PlayStation. So, you know what I'm saying? Yo, like, here's another trailer. For those that's following here on YouTube, you see this trailer that's playing in the background. Like, this game right here is another one. And it's like, yo, that looked like some Uncharted. So, remember all those studios Xbox was buying up or whatnot? That game looked like an Uncharted game. If Microsoft is able to pull off a AAA title, classics, like Sea of Thieves, I gotta pause it right there because I'm gonna come back. I got something I want to say about that. If Microsoft is able to pull off exclusive titles like an Uncharted, Last of Us, God of War, and we tend to see these games, like, perfect example. Let me see. I got my list up here. Let me scroll down to my Xbox thoughts. Like Halo Infinite, that's another beast, you know, and I'm gonna come back and talk a little bit more of that Elder Scrolls is another beast. The online enhancement is coming for all. I think that's dope, but it's not a AAA. It's not exclusive to either one, but that's another beast game. I'm looking for another game that's similar to like the game they just showed. I don't even have that game. Yeah, the Stalker 2, that game looked like Metroid a little bit. You feel what I'm saying? So for that to look like that, it looks amazing. You feel what I'm saying? That's another game to where it's like, that can be similar to like a Last of Us. And the reason I say that, because it looked like some apocalypse type game. That's like the version of, that's the Xbox Last of Us. So if Xbox is able to produce good hitter games that's like PlayStation games, creating their catalog of exclusive, we're going to be in for a good treat on the Xbox roller coaster. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm a fan of gaming first, so I'm not necessarily trying to, compare apples and oranges to lemons or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? I'm a fan of both. I don't own an Xbox, but I am a fan of both. I'm a fan of gaming first. So with that being said, I'm just looking at it like, I see the titles that PlayStation have in their corner, and I see the titles that Xbox have in their corner. And I'm thinking like, all these studios that Microsoft purchased and all these studios that, Microsoft has partnered with or whatever, they have the potential to really make some exclusive good games to where it can be a shift in the ecosystem itself. A good shift for both, because you got some Xbox genre people that's coming over to the PlayStation fan base with games like Ratchet and Clank. They may have been like, I had Ratchet and Clank on the older system back in the day, and for this Ratchet and Clank to look so amazing on the new PS5, I may just go and pick up a PS5 because of that game. Spider-Man, because of that game. God of War, the next one that's coming for PS5. That looks amazing. You know what I'm saying? So it's already a shift in it, and some people have both. You feel what I'm saying? But people like me that's attempting to shift over to the Xbox ecosystem is like games like the card game Horizon, and you know what I'm saying, potential new exclusive games that they got coming out. You feel what I'm saying? Like that last game looked at like some Uncharted type, and it's gonna be exclusive to Xbox. And then their day one Game Pass, that's another key point. It's like all of these great games that's coming out for Xbox exclusive will be day one on Game Pass. That's freaking amazing. So that's why I rated Xbox and the Bethesda show my number one for E3 right now. You know what I'm saying? It's not over yet. This is only day 3. But they did a heck of a job. No, we didn't get a lot of gameplay. I know some people is like, usually, you know what I'm saying, we rate it better when we see gameplay. Trust me, I'm a fan of gameplay, but I'm also a fan of graphics. And Xbox usually always do a great job every year at E3 anyway. You feel what I'm saying? So when it comes to graphics, I was like, they got it hands down. And they just had a more exciting, pumped up, hype show. You know what I'm saying? Even though we didn't get gameplay on a lot of this stuff. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? That just pumped me up to like, okay, PlayStation, what we got? You know what I'm saying? I'm ready for PlayStation State of Play. When that drop, you know what I'm saying? But let's swing on over talking about this Halo. Listen, this Halo is another one. I played Halo back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Couch co-op. I'm gonna speak on couch co-op a lot. I played Halo back in the day with a couple friends, and you know, shout out to all my old Halo buddies. Y'all know who y'all is, man. We used to get down on Halo. Halo was actually one of like my first love before coming over to Call of Duty. You feel what I'm saying? So I actually started my competitive like genre, like really, really, really good at a game was Halo. You know what I'm saying? I played Call of Duty, but I wasn't really that good at it until I was really good at Halo. And then I shifted over to going to Call of Duty and rest because I didn't have an Xbox. So with that being said, this new Halo that's coming out, man. Alright. A couple stuff I want to touch on. Graphic wise. Graphics in the new Halo, definitely an improvement before last time we seen it and they showed it. A lot of people was complaining about the graphics on Halo. They was like, yo, what is this? Why y'all got this out? Like, we don't want to see this. You know what I'm saying? So, I can understand the complaints that we was having. You know what I'm saying? So, it's all cool. But now, keep all your hate because, listen, man, you can customize your skins, your helmets, the vehicles, all that stuff is back. All the old fun and the stuff we used to love on the couch co-op Halo back in the day, all that stuff is back. And to play cross-platform like that on PC, you know what I'm saying, with Xbox community, yo, this new Halo, and then it's free to play. So this new Halo multiplayer is one of those games to where it's like, yo, that's definitely gonna sell the Xbox. Especially if they drop it right around November, September, December, October, right around that last quarter. This gonna be a seller for Xbox. Then it's on Game Pass, if I'm not mistaken. I may be wrong, but this gonna be a seller regardless. You feel what I'm saying? And for the mere fact, with the story mode, I'm interested to see, okay, what are they gonna do with the story mode? Now, I'm more of a big fan of the multiplayer mode, but we need more couch co-op. Are they gonna bring back that couch co-op vibe to Halo? I sensed it, just by looking at it. I'm like, yo, I remember the couch co-op days, the LAN parties and everything you used to have in the back in the day. That was amazing. Are we going to get that vibe back? Are we going to get that back? You know what I'm saying? Because we need more couch co-op. I really think so. You know what I'm saying? And games like this new Halo would be great. Even this new Rainbow Six is scratching like that game. It need to be couch co-op. Now, I'm a big fan of online, but we need more couch co-op games that's going, you know what I'm saying, take us back in the day. Because everyone don't have online. And speaking of couch co-op, let me go over to what Verizon showcased, what they were showing off. With the Verizon, what they were showing off, I was a fan of that because of the mere fact, because one of the mere facts that this whole portable device that they have is pretty dope. Now, it's a lot of older arcade games that I don't really care too much for. You know what I'm saying? But it was like the concept and the ideas and the indie games that's on this platform. And the mere fact that they're bringing a lot of couch co-op back in the mix of things with that, with the little handheld device they got, was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? First of all, I respect y'all for that. Two, the mere fact that you got like a little leaderboard and you'll mail it to us like a certificate or reward or whatever. Yo, I really respect. That got my attention when they said that. So it was like, oh, okay. I'm gonna have to rewatch the Verizon showcase now. You know what I'm saying? Especially then too, they was talking about a lot of education and whatnot. A lot of people was kind of shitting on them in the chat, man, talking about, they need to show the games and not talk about a lot of this and talk about. This E3, my overall E3 so far. I know I'm all over the place, but it's a podcast and my panelists ain't showed up yet. But listen, man, my overall thoughts of the E3, like, first of all, I appreciate them dropping the gems and the knowledge on this E3. We got a lot of talk about diversity, color issues, you know what I'm saying, race. We talked about a lot of stuff, and it's important conversations that need to be had, especially on a big stage like this on E3. So I feel like, you know what I'm saying, faces like myself can be seen on E3 stage, especially next year and the year after next. Things are going to get better, period, for the gaming industry. Yeah, I feel like those conversations that they had on E3 was very enlightening and needed, regardless if everyone was shitting on people in the chat room and all that. I actually appreciate the gems. I didn't get a chance to listen to everything that was being said, but I appreciate the gems and I appreciate the inside conversation and information that they was having, period. You feel what I'm saying? It's all about the conversation and information that we giving out. The value. That's the value within it. So that was pretty dope. To the host, they did an amazing job. Shout out to all of the hosts. Yo, I can't believe I forgot her name. She's freaking amazing. They should just give her a freaking award for dressing amazing on the show. Great job. Like, great host, great vibe in E3. We got more than just games. We was educated. We got inside information. We got gameplay of amazing new games coming. We got, you know what I'm saying, just, it's a great time to be in gaming. So overall, the energy for E3 was pretty pumped. It was a little bit different this year. So, you know what I'm saying, and it's a good difference. So overall thought so far right now, it's not even over yet, but I have to give E3 a 9.5 out of 10, man. You know, a 9.5 period, because Xbox showing us like, yo, all right, Xbox, y'all doing something. Y'all got something up y'all sleeve. All right, Ubisoft, I see y'all working on something. And for the mere fact y'all is working on this whole Avatar. Man, you know how many Avatar fans is out there? Disney fans? Oh, we got to put the picture back in the background. I'm sorry about that, y'all. We all over there in the corner. Yo, so you know how many Disney fans is out there? How many Avatar fans is out there? Crazy, man. So that was one they just kind of really dropped the ball on. So overall vibe, man, is definitely... Yeah, this E3 it was great, and it's gonna be better. You know, some showcases. The showcases I was a little bit disappointed in was Capcom. I just told you my top 3. Now I'm gonna give you my top 3 that I wasn't so cool and fun about. Capcom was one. Square Enix. I'm sorry, Square Enix dropped the ball. I was expecting a little bit more with Square Enix, but I will say we got more gameplay with Square Enix, so I ain't too mad because we got gameplay. I respect you for that. At first, I would have gave you a 5, but I give you a 7. Shout out to Hip Hop Gamer wife. You know what I'm saying? I think she gave Square Enix like a 9 or something, maybe a little bit less. But you know, I gave him a 7. Gave him a 7 because she said, "Yo, don't forget about the gameplay." And I was like, "Yeah, you're right. They did show gameplay. You know what I'm saying? I respect them for that. I give them a 7 because of that. But I was expecting to see a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? But with that being said, you know what I'm saying? I actually want to pause. I'm going to come back to that. I got Halo playing on the screen over here, and I got Xbox Battlefield playing on the screen over here. But going back to what I was saying, with that being said, you feel what I'm saying? By them showing gameplay and expecting more, state of the play. They may show more Square Enix that's tied to PlayStation. So that's probably why they couldn't show too much of the Final Fantasy. That's what I was mostly hoping for. That's why I was like, what? Y'all didn't show a lot of the Final Fantasy. Y'all didn't really dive deep into the Final Fantasy. You know what I'm saying? But we did get the Final Fantasy that Team Ninja is working with on that one. That one I was like, okay, you know, cool. But it's something new. And it's like, yo, well... I'm not really sure how the story's gonna be on there. Like, who's over the story? Is it Square Enix? Is it like a Final Fantasy story? Or is it Team Ninja that's gonna be over the story? Now, if it's Team Square Enix is over the story components and all that, I give it another opportunity and chance. But I will say, for the mere fact that we have blood in Final Fantasy, alright, I'm cool with that. Moving on, man. Capcom, Square Enix. Let me see. I actually didn't make a list of the bad that did do good showing. Okay, yeah, I actually notated that. Square Enix did do good showing gameplay. Yeah, I just said that. I actually didn't like really write a list of bad showcases that I didn't really care for. But those was the two was like, come on, man. Especially Capcom. I ain't even gonna front. I was really I was gearing up, hoping for Capcom to really show me some stuff, man, and do some things. Now they did come back and show Resident Evil Village, the DLC for Resident Evil Village, and I was like, okay, now we talking. Because when they showed it was like, more to come. Like, why not show it now? But they didn't really show too much. But they did say that they're working on DLC. I'm actually happy for that because that keeps the game relevant. You know what I'm saying? And I don't too much like first person horror games like that. You know what I'm saying? But I love Resident Evil. So, and y'all seen my response of me playing Resident Evil before on the PS5, and it was freaking amazing. I love it. I give it a shot. But, you know, I like third person better. So I was hoping we hear more. Hopefully we get some type of hint or a glimpse at Resident Evil 4 VR, Resident Evil 4 remake, you know. But, you know, that's just my hopes. I was hoping for it. We didn't get it. It's kind of hard to say top three. I mean, three that's the lowest, because I really only had two. Everyone else was like, they did good. You know what I'm saying? If I think of another one that I wasn't so satisfied with, I'll probably come in here and drop something about it. Elder Scrolls Online enhancement coming June 15th. That was pretty dope. I'm just hoping it's like a really graphical overhaul with a lot of stuff. Talk about one that wasn't a great graphical overhaul, talking about remastered, they should have kept, was, what was that, Life is Strange, that Square Enix game. They should have kept that. Like, bruh, those graphics are not, like, get out of here, man. Flight Simulator. Again, Xbox showing the power of Xbox. Flight Simulator look amazing. That's another game that is like, I want to be a pilot, but I don't want to be a pilot. But I have the opportunity to fly a plane, and it looks really, it looks real, and it makes me feel like I'm flying a plane. Flight Simulator, I'll buy that. I'll get Xbox just for that, to escape from this world and to really just kind of take me a flight, or if I want to, in a virtual way, virtual sense. So Flight Simulator definitely got a 10 out of 10 for me. Let's see, The Ride of Your Life, that snowboard game on Game Pass. I want to see more of it. But I'm a really big snowboard fan, so that was pretty dope. Hold on one second. We got to check the Anchor audio here. All right, we good. Got to make sure Anchor don't cut me off. Anchor usually cut me off at about 30 minutes here with the way we're recording. But The Ride for Your Life is a snowboard game. That was a pretty good game. I'm interested to see where they go with that. I need to see a little bit more on that game. It's on Game Pass, so dope. Redfall coming 2022. Really cool, interesting game. Like, I wouldn't mind playing a couple games or two. Horizon 5, like, that car game. The big comparisons. Let me. We're gonna go on a commercial break real fast. We're gonna go on a commercial break for the people here at Anchor, YouTube. Y'all hang with me for a second. Anchor will be right back. So listen, Anchor, all the Anchor viewers, man, y'all stay tuned and just hit next on the next episode. Yeah, you hear me? Let's go. All right. We're going to start back up. Another one. All right, Anchor people, I hope you're back. Quick, short break. We're back in this thing. So I was going to go into big comparisons of the Gran Turismo and the Horizon 5. I was going to go into big comparisons with those two car games. Xbox exclusive, one PlayStation exclusive. We got a state of play. Please show us Gran Turismo. You want to me, I think if you want a true car simulation, like flight simulation, Gran Turismo. You want a, good graphical car game, but more game modes, definitely Horizon. That game, oh man, that is the most gorgeous game I've ever seen. That game looks amazing. So we got game modes, really big maps, and it's on Game Pass. That's all you really need to know about that game. It looks amazing. It's on Game Pass. Again, more reason to why you probably need to own an Xbox Game Pass. We got Outer Worlds 2. A lot of Xbox fans that's really an anticipated game for Xbox fans. Bethesda they're gonna have about 30 games on Game Pass. That's crazy. We got Fallout 76 has new DLCs coming. That's great because again, it keeps the game relevant, and Fallout has a really big community. And it's really shout out to the homie that's over there in Fallout community. You know who he is. I can't think of your name at the moment, my brother. But listen, Fallout got some really good community people over there, man. And I love when, you know what I'm saying, developers start to work on DLCs and season pass and more updates. Oh, look at that, Fallout 6 in the background. More updates for the game or whatnot, because that shows, you feel what I'm saying, that shows more life, brings more relevance to the game itself, and I love it. So Fallout 76 has new DLCs coming, pretty cool. This Battlefield is coming out October 22nd, and yo, we need to see more. We need to know more. See more and know more. To me right now, it's just like too much going on. A lot going on. You got tornadoes chasing you. You got people jumping off buildings. Now, it look cool. Don't get me wrong. But after looking at the trailer, dissecting it, and it's like, yo, wait a minute, there's a lot of shit going on. And you looking at 28 people playing on these maps. Really big maps. A lot going on. Tornadoes and all that going on. Tanks, jets, helicopters. A lot of stuff is going on. What's the objective? I know to kill, but we need game modes. We need story modes. We need objectives. You know what I'm saying? I'm more of a objective competitor gamer. So I'm like, yo, this Battlefield looking good, but what's the objectives? You know? Sea of Thieves. That's something I was actually going to talk about before I actually had it on pause. The Sea of Thieves coming June 22nd. Disney, the Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean. That's another game. Was like, oh, really? I wasn't expecting this. For one, I like the fact that Disney is getting with a lot of these games, and we're seeing a lot of shows, cartoons, movies coming into the gaming world, and vice versa. So that was one I was like, anytime I think of Disney doing something like that, I always think of Kingdom Hearts. So when I seen this, I was like, what's the story? And the thing came up and it said, we're actually going to take it back. And it said a whole new epic story. I'm like, really? That got my attention because, you know, Disney, man, they do a great job at, you know what I'm saying, a lot of it. And then the graphics on this is like, not like graphical, like real life graphic, and which is fine. These graphics look really good. You know what I'm saying? And it's like some pixel stuff. So I'm all eyes for it, but I'm interested to see like, what's the point of the game? What's the story? And they're saying like a brand new epic adventure. Like, what are we going to be doing in this game? But for the mere fact, that gives me hope for maybe a new Pirates of the Caribbean movie, or even a TV show or animated TV show. Keep making it. They keep bringing the greatness, man, because it was a great movie, you know. So I like pirate stuff, man. So I'm pretty interested in that. I wasn't expecting that. Was actually a shock. Another reason why I gave Xbox and Bethesda Showcase a 1-up. Let's see. Back for Blood was one of those. That's a day one Game Pass. That was another one. Was like, there's a lot of killing going on here. But hey, pick me up a controller. I'll try it. Starfield, I need to see more of. I like the fact that they again, it's on Game Pass day one. I like the fact they put in there 11/11/22. That was pretty dope. Need to see more of. It was one game. It was on day one. I actually meant to come here and talk about. It was a battle royale fighting game. Now that it looked a little bit like Dynasty Warrior, and I was like, "Yo, that game is actually." I don't want to butcher the name, so I'm gonna spell it out for y'all. That's Naraka. So yeah, that game looked more like a fighter, a fighter battle royale, and it was like battle royale, and it was like, yo. It's actually interesting because a lot of the battle royales that we're normally seeing is, you know, Fortnite, Call of Duty, H1Z1, so on, so on. So many of them. It's like they're kind of getting a little played out, but it's like, so many of them. So, oh, my screen is over here freezing, but that's all cool. So it's interesting to see that one. Let me see. There's another one. And Ubisoft got something in Ubisoft Plus. I think I'm just touching on all of the Xbox stuff. Ubisoft got something in Ubisoft Plus that was pretty interesting to see. Anytime they're releasing like new features and new products and games, I'm all for it. That was another snowboard game. Let me scroll up to the top of my list where I wrote it. The Skull and Bones. I wanted to see more Skull and Bones. Skull and Bones was actually one when I seen the Pirates of the Caribbean. I was like, is this Skull and Bones? But it wasn't. So it's like two different pirate games and two different stories. So I'm interested, and I was hoping to see more Skull and Bones. The Rainbow Six Extraction, crossplay, team of 3, tier level enemies. That's the most legit things you really need to know about the game. And it's like, okay, that game looked fun. I was excited when I first seen it. But the thing is, it's one of those, so what's the story? We're stuck on a spaceship trying to help our fellow teammates. Don't get ate up by the aliens. That game is just like it's gonna have a short story, real repetitive, real quick, and I don't really know what to expect from that one. But again, it's Rainbow Six. I'm trusting that they're gonna do something really good with it, and kind of branch out into other game modes and new stuff. Of course, because we ain't seen too much. They're not showing too much, and of course, you're not gonna show you're not gonna show the whole game before it come out. So, my expectation is still like, okay, but my worries is there too. But I was happy to see it. Let's see. Godfall coming to PS4 and is a crossplay with PS5. That was interesting. Very interesting. And if you have a PS5 copy, is a free upgrade to PS5. Now, the reason why it's so interesting is because Godfall is one of those games where it was like, okay, that's a day one PS5 release. And it was like, okay, look real good. Play real good too. But the hype kind of went down on it. So it's like, by them re-releasing the game and new updates and new features or whatnot coming, by them re-releasing the game for PS4 and crossplay with PS5, it's like they're focusing on their core fan base, which is special and which is good. Because with a attitude and mindset like that, you can really take the game somewhere and bring life back into the game. So when I seen that, I was like, oh, yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. So I was happy to see that. Let's see. Flight Simulator looks so good, man. I want to see more of the Final Fantasy, those Roman numbers. We're going to say Final Fantasy 16. If I'm wrong, just drop it in the thing with an LOL and say it's not Final Fantasy 16. But Final Fantasy 16, I want to see more of that. So many freaking numbers. They need to just, I don't know, give us some titles by it. But the new IP that Final Fantasy, this whole Final Fantasy orgy thing, a new IP coming 2022, demo soon for PS5. That's all we pretty much got for that one. Pretty excited for that one. I'm just kind of nitpicking on a little bit of stuff because I'm going to come deep dive a little bit heavier once the panelists and everything, I get someone come in. We're going to talk, shout out to Angry 80s. We're going to get him come on in here. We're going to probably be talking about I would say DC. Actually, yes, DC, Batman, Warner Brothers games, those things. So shout out to Angry 80s, big homie. Let's see. Riders Republic. That is the game. I got two lists over here. Riders Republic. That's the other game I really want to speak on. Listen, man. Riders Republic. You can snowboard. I'm a big snowboard fan. You can snowboard, ride bicycles, wingsuits, jetpacks, mountain bikes, fast bikes, slow bikes. Like, did I say wingsuits? Like, that game, that's one of those games where it's like, even if you don't have a story, Even if you don't really give us objectives or things, it's just have fun on a bike, have fun on a snowboard, have fun on a jetpack, have fun on a wingsuit. Even if it's just that, that's one of those games where it's like you feel like your money's is worth. And that's one of those games where it's like, yo, I definitely get that. I was pretty excited to see that. 6v6, dope. Dropping September the 2nd. Hopefully they don't push that date back. Now, keep in mind, when you see these dates, release dates and everything, don't get too comfortable. Let's not forget that. Let's not get too comfortable with release dates. Remember, we had games like Cyberpunk 2077 got pushed back so many times. Last of Us 2 got pushed back so many times. Breath of the Wild 2, remember, it's been pushed back. God of War, just now, remember, it's been pushed back. So, never get too comfortable with release dates. You know what I'm saying? No new Splinter Cell. No new Beyond Good and Evil. That's something I was actually looking for. Yeah, those are pretty much the things I kind of wanted to just nitpick on for a little bit. And and Marvel, Marvel is actually doing another good job with other games like the Wakanda coming to expansion pack coming to that. I really wish they would have made that its own game. Not even on front. It looks good, but it's only an add-on. So I'm like, yo, that need its own game. But again, I understand how why they did the add-on and everything to it. And by them doing an add-on to that, it's like, yo, Marvel has an amazing big universe. And it's like they have the opportunity to really do a lot of things in the Marvel universe. So if they're adding on Wakanda and other, DLCs or whatnot, that's a go. I support that all day because we may get more. We may get, you never know, we may get a Captain America. We may get an Avengers add-on. We may play with the villains in Marvel. You never really know. I feel like as long as the support and the request and it's from the fans and it's there, they'll pay attention and probably drop some more stuff with it. You know what I'm saying? Because the Marvel game, it's one of those games where it was like, it didn't get good reviews. And I was like, yo, I don't understand why. But then after playing it, because when I played it, it was like, yo, this game is dope. This game is amazing. But it's like, it's kind of repetitive, and the hype kind of died down off it, but now the hype is back up. And see, that goes back to my point before. I was saying the fact that, when they drop these DLCs or when they drop these season pass, they keep the life in these games rolling, and that rejuvenates life back into these games. Think about it. We got Godfall coming on PS4. That's bringing more life back into Godfall, bringing the attention back around to it. It's now, it's not, I'm not going to say it's one of those games that's just going to make people go out and buy, but for the mere fact that it's available now for the PS4, opens up the conversation again for that game. Games like Resident Evil Village, they're working on DLC for that. That keeps Resident Evil Village relevant because when it first came out, hype was up. A lot of times these games, hype be all the way up here. They come out, people beat the game within a week. We scream it, we put we put the spoilers and all this stuff on YouTube. Like, we see it. Some people see it, and like, we don't want to play it anymore. The hype kind of died down on it, and we're kind of living in a, fast, quick culture type deal, to where, what I'm saying, once we buy it or play it and beat it or see the end of it, we don't really care for it. But when DLCs come about, good DLCs, what I'm saying, and good updates and support for the game brings life back into the game. Godfall doing it, Resident Evil been doing it, and these guys are doing it. So it's like, yo, I appreciate it, Marvel. Bring me more. The Wakanda looks great. Let's see, what else? The Doom. Yo, the Doom will run better on Xbox. That's what it's looking like. The Doom is gonna run better on Xbox. I was a little skimpy about that. Like, for real? Doom gonna be running better? You gonna be able to experience and play Doom better on Xbox than you will on PlayStation? Like, yo. But, it's all cool. My hopes for I'm gonna get ready to squeeze on out of here, man. My hopes for day 4 with Nintendo and just upcoming stuff. Mostly, I'm just gonna speak on Nintendo. We're gonna when we're gonna get ready to close out, but this last intermission right here is gonna be by Nintendo. Brace yourself. Tune in before we get out of here, man. Make sure y'all tune in to the last episode of the podcast. We're not new here. Been doing this for quite some time. Be sure to follow me again, Master23Mind, everywhere, TikTok, IG, Twitter is where I mostly be engaged at. YouTube, Mastermind RGTV, Real Gamer on all podcast platforms. So listen, Nintendo. I'm gonna need y'all to come with it. By the time y'all hear this podcast, see this on YouTube, I'm gonna need Nintendo to come with it. This is my before thoughts on Nintendo. Let me check my Anchor time real fast. Make sure Anchor don't cut me out of here. All right, we good. Nintendo, I'm gonna need y'all to come with it. If you don't show us Breath of the Wild 2, you got to give us a Metroid Prime 4. But again, a lot of people is saying, don't get your hopes up. Nintendo's not going to show too much. That's cool. But I know y'all better show us something. Y'all better show us something, man. We need... These my top 3. I think I already told y'all in the previous episode. Breath of the Wild 2, Metroid Prime, and of course this whole new Switch Pro. I want a new Switch, but we're gonna probably get a Switch Pro. Not probably. We definitely get a Switch Pro. If you got a new Mario Kart, show it. We need something to keep the Nintendo conversation relevant. We need some, because right now, I feel like all hype and eyes is on Xbox right now. Hype and eyes is on Xbox and PlayStation. And the reason I say Xbox is because look at what they just showed at E3, man. No, we didn't get a lot of gameplay. Yeah, true. But for the mere fact, we know we got exclusive games coming to Xbox. That's going to be incredible. We know these car games like Horizon is going to be amazing. We know we have something worth the bang for our buck. Game Pass. PlayStation, we know titles is already there. We know that PlayStation is going to continue to push out heavy hitters and continue to go hard. You know what I'm saying? This whole VR 2 with PlayStation 5. You know what I'm saying? So Nintendo need to come on E3 because the last Treehouse events they've been showing was trash. I'm just be 100. Trash. You hear me? We need to see more than this Switch Pro. And if we see it, we better see some games on there that y'all ain't announcing. But catch our eye, be like, whoa, did I just see them playing Metroid 4 on the new Nintendo Pro? Switch Pro? Did I just see Breath of the Wild running in the background? Like, we need something that's going to get us talking and give us something. I don't want to see none of these. I don't want to see this game that's playing in the background. No offense against this teddy bear game. Looks cool. I'll definitely play it with my little girl. No doubt about it. Nintendo got a lot of games like this. And it's like, yo, Nintendo, we need to see y'all come with it. We need to see some new Kid Icarus that's going to be really, really dope. We need to see some couch co-op. All of us is missing the fun couch co-op days. Give us a really, really fun couch co-op. You know what I'm saying? We need to see it. Crossplay. Even though, you know what I'm saying, we're getting some crossplay, but I'm talking about Nintendo being able to play a good game of Call of Duty without looking like trash. Nintendo being able to play that Witcher's game that's on the Switch, it looks trash, man, on the Switch. So for this Switch Pro, we need all enhancements version the same way PlayStation is giving you enhancement versions of the PS5, PS4 versions of their game. We got Final Fantasy VII Remake enhanced version coming to PS5. We need this Switch Pro to integrate these old games and make these games look great again. And not just great again, but be relevant again. You got a new Mario Kart? Show it. If you can't show us Legend of Zelda, show us that you're playing it on this new Nintendo Switch Pro. Show us a new Mario Party. Show us a new Kirby playing on Switch Pro. We know you're probably gonna have a character for Super Smash Brothers. How many freaking characters y'all got? Like, we know you're probably gonna have a character. That's the thing, you know. I'm not gonna say I'm not excited to know that we're probably gonna have a new character for Smash Brothers. I'm just like, okay, it's nothing new, you know, because at this point it's like, who's not on Smash Brothers? Same thing I see about Fortnite when they releasing a new season. It's like, okay, y'all getting a little too out of hand now. We got people it's not even in the gaming industry. You got freaking cartoon and sports guys and fucking in Fortnite now. Excuse my French, but come on, man. We know we're getting a new character on Smash Brothers. We know that. We need more. You know what I'm saying? We need more. Like, I just want the classic 90 feel of Nintendo back. We need a good Perfect Dark, GoldenEye, a good shooter, a good couch co-op game on Nintendo that we can just be like, yo, this was the highlight of E3. Xbox take our breath away. Ubisoft take our breath away. State of the Play when they show it. I'm pretty sure it's going to be pretty cool. Sometimes it'd be okay, but it'd be better than Nintendo. So, Nintendo, all I'm saying to y'all is, man, I'm not going to keep my expectations too high for Nintendo, but I will say that go all in, Nintendo. Go all in and don't hold nothing back. And if you hold something back, you better bring it by the end of this year. But just show us some great games, man. And don't just say, hey, we got this new Nintendo Switch Pro. Graphics is a little bit better. Speed is a little bit better. Load time is a little bit better. I don't want a little bit better. I want mind-blowing better. PS5, mind-blowing better. This new Xbox Series X, mind-blowing better. Nintendo got to come with it. So y'all stay tuned for more. I'll definitely be coming in here back again. It's so much stuff to talk about. I really just kind of scratched the surface of it. Stay tuned, man, and hey, call in. Let's talk gaming. This show is always open. Believe that, and stay tuned for more. We'll be back with more.